and welcome to my channel, Changing Phases Tarot. I'm so happy to have you here with me today. Today's reading is a monthly reading for the month of May 2025 for the Earth sign Taurus. Taurus, for the reading, I'll be using the Pride Tarot deck, pulling an oracle card from the Sacred Travelers deck for an additional message. And then if I need to clarify anything, I'll be using the Zillich Tarot deck. Oh, that one flipped over. Just a reminder, these are general readings, so the messages may or may not resonate. I encourage you to watch not just your sun sign reading, but also your moon and rising for a more complete overview of what is surrounding you, the energy surrounding you this month. If you do enjoy the reading, please consider giving the video a thumbs up, subscribing to the channel. It really does help, and I definitely appreciate it. All right, let's get started. So you have at the center of your spread, Temperance. This is Major Arcana number 14. And, you know, the Temperance card, it's all about balance. So it's about having that, you know, the balance, finding balance in life. It's kind of the opposite to the Devil card, which is about everything in excess, right? This is, it's about finding that, you know, having the balance in life to be able to kind of, what am I trying to say? To face anything that comes in, right? So it's by being in that still, that balanced energy that you're able to kind of face whatever it is that might be coming in. It is a Major Arcana card, right? It's associated with the fire sign of Sagittarius. And what could help or hinder? Beautiful. You have Victory. You have the Six of Wands. This is, you know, it's Wands, fire energy, could be dealing with Leo, Sagittarius, Aries, but it, you know, it represents a victory. It's this, you know, in this deck, it's depicted a little differently. In the traditional tarot deck, it's, you see the, you know, the warrior who's been off to battle and coming back, riding the horse, victorious, wearing the laurel wreath of victory. So it's, you know, it's you being celebrated, and a victory is at hand. In the deep past, at the foundation, you have the very solemn energy here of the Emperor. This is number 4 of the Major Arcana, associated with the sign of Aries, fire energy, right? And the Emperor is sort of the King of Kings. Is a very, is very good at ruling. It's very stable energy, right? 4s in the tarot represent stability, foundation, and, you know, different. Similar to the kings, the emperor does rule, but the emperor rules over a much larger area, so a lot more responsibility, right, than the king. So it's also, it can show up sometimes the emperor if you are signing contracts, if you are entering into, say, a new work environment. It can have to do with the large institutions that we think of in society, so like government institutions or the military or university systems, but it sits in the deep past. Well, obviously we'll see if we need to clarify as we go through the reading. In the recent past, we had the 5 of Cups, so there could have been a, you know, some type of disappointment in the recent past. Cups is water energy. It has to do with our feelings, emotions, and you can see that the person on the card is sort of crying over the disappointments of the past, things that didn't work out in the past, right? Things that they no longer have. But by just, you know, excuse me, by just focusing on the, you know, the disappointments, the person is leaving out, not noticing these 2 upright cups behind them, right? So there is an opportunity for love, for happiness, for partnership, you know, some type of connection. There is still, you know, something positive there, but they're unable and incapable of seeing that because they're just focusing on what hasn't worked out, on the disappointment. So, you know, there might have been in the recent past, you might have faced a disappointment, you know, or more than one disappointment. But, you know, there's a need to focus on the positive, on what you still do have, as opposed to what hasn't worked out. You have Crowning You. Beautiful. This is probably the most positive card in the entire deck, right? Major Arcana number 19. This is the Sun, associated with the fire sign of Leo. And the Sun comes out in the spread to really, you know, illuminate, to shine its light, to clarify. It's a very positive card. It's a card of good health, vitality, vibrancy. It's, it really does shine its light and just illuminate. So if there has been disappointments that we saw here, the sun kind of, it lessens the severity or the negative impact of cards such as the Five of Cups or other more challenging cards. So, and that's what's the message coming in from your higher self. We have another 6 showing up. You have the 6 of Wands at the center of the spread. In the near future, we have the 6 of Pentacles, which is Earth energy. Obviously, you are an Earth sign, Taurus, but it's it has to do with balance. So again, balance. We had balance with the Temperance card at the center, but this is financial. So having enough that you are able to share with other people. Sometimes this 6 of Pentacles shows up if you are going for a loan, being approved for a loan, like receiving a payout of your money for a loan, or somebody repaying a loan to you. There's an exchange, so there's give and take of of financial something to do with your finances or material possessions, because Pentacles has to do with the material realm, right? It's the money we earn, our home, our family, right? So things, material possessions here in the material realm, but it's having that balance. So having enough to be able to give to other people. It can show up if you are also volunteering, because we don't necessarily just have to give, financially speaking, we can give of our time, give of ourselves, so volunteering also. And you have the Knight of Swords. You showing up as the Knight of Swords. And this is knights, typically they go off on quests, they bring back offers, right, is what the knights generally do, or news about something. And this Knight of Swords could be bringing in news or an offer, or just something that's going to bring you clarity of mind. It's going to clarify a situation, because the suit of swords itself has to do with communication. It's the suit of thoughts, ideas, how we get those thoughts and ideas across to other people. So you could be there could be some type of news coming in that's going to bring you a clarity to a situation, or clarity of mind. Beautiful. You have surrounding you. Yeah, for some of you, there could definitely be an offer coming in. You have the Ace of Pentacles in your surrounding, what's surrounding you in your environment. Aces in the tarot, they are blessings from the universe. If you've been waiting for an answer about something, this is the yes card, right? So this is the yes from the universe. It's the universe extending out this beautiful offer. Again, like I was saying with the 6 of Pentacles, it's an offer to do with the way that you earn money. So a new job offer coming in, could be a lump sum of money, a payout of money, because we had the, paying back a loan or receiving. So there could be some type of exchange, like receiving money, money coming to you this month. You have in your hopes and fears, and it is just a fear. And again, with the sun showing up as the crowning energy here, this really lessens, the severity of any negative, so-called negative, right, cards, such as the 5 of Cups, the 3 of Swords. 3 of Swords can just be disappointment. And we do have the, representing or depicted on the card, this 5 of Cups, we have the disappointment with the 3 overturned cups. So this could be you're fearing a disappointment, right? It does sit in your fears, but it is just a fear, and there's a need to remain positive. And the sun coming into the spread to really sort of, and again, this disappointment. Look, we have the 4 of Cups as your outbound energy, and here we have the 3 cups that are standing. We have one that's overturned here, but it's about needing to, with the 4 of Cups, it's feeling bored, apathetic, right, with what it is that you have. So there is something to do with 3, 4. We have the 3 of Cups here with the 4 of Cups here, the 3 of Swords, the 5, so kind of this 3, 4, 5, 6, right? 3, 4, 5, 6. There's some type of progression as well showing up in the spread. Not in the same suit, right? We have with the 4 of Cups and the 5 of Cups, so that is progression, but it's decreasing. So we have from the recent past, the 5 going down to the 4. So and if you get to the Three of Cups, so if we were to go one more down, that would be the cup of, it's celebration, celebrating with others. And we have the Three Cups represented in both of these cards. So there's a need to, to remain positive, right? Even if you have had some disappointments, there is something coming in here. With this Ace of Pentacles, the Sun coming into the reading, you're victorious, right? The balance is being restored. The Temperance card is a card of balance. Six of Pentacles represents balance as well. So, and you have another 6. Bottom of the deck, right? Overall energy, you have the Six of Cups, which is, so now we have the 5, 6, 4. So there's definitely this progression, or going back, regression, I guess, with this Six of Cups. And then we have the Wheel of Fortune immediately beneath it. So there's a change, definitely. There's change coming in. I feel that things might have been a little difficult for you for quite a while, right? But there's a need to remain positive, and there's a need to not just focus on what hasn't worked out. Things, if they haven't worked out in the past, there has been a reason for it, right? Divine timing at play with the Wheel of Fortune. This is about, the Wheel of Fortune, divinely timed going, swinging in one direction. So now you're going to be on the uptake of the wheel. And the Six of Cups can also represent past life connection. It can be reconnecting, so going back to your childhood, or reconnecting with people from your childhood or from your past. But it's a very sweet, it's a card, so there's nostalgic energy. But there's, definitely the main message coming through is to remain positive, right? Not focus on what hasn't worked out for you. We're going to pick an oracle card here just to see if we can get an additional message, additional guidance for Taurus for the month of May 2025. What else does Taurus need to know? One additional message for Taurus. Oops. That card just flew across the thing here. So we will take that one. We have staying focused. Hold the course. And if I just read from the guidebook, I might not read all of it because sometimes these messages are quite long in the guidebook, but we'll go through it. It says, be clear about where you're going. Follow your dreams. Prioritize your life. Once you decide on a direction, hold the course. Do what's important. Release the rest. Place your intent and passion on one thing rather than scattering in many directions, and you will be successful. The Sacred Traveler wants you to know that on the path, it's easy for the traveler to be distracted by people, events, and even shiny objects. Do not take any side roads. Stay the course. Keep going no matter what emerges in your path that distracts you. It's easy to get lost and forget where you're heading. Recommit yourself to your destination. What you focus on is what you create, so put your attention on what is worthwhile, beautiful, and inspiring. Refrain from focusing on what's not working. Only focus on the direction you want to go to. So I think that ties in really well with the, don't focus on what hasn't worked, right? Don't focus on the disappointments of the past, right? What hasn't worked, things that maybe you've been, you have felt upset about in the past because they didn't go the way that you had hoped. Stay the course, remain optimistic here. But it looks like a good month for you. So I do hope that the messages have helped. I thank you for joining me today. I look forward to reading for you again, and just know that I'm sending you much peace, love, and light for a wonderful month of May. Bye for now.